Okay, so they have the same index, so we can go ahead and say on our calculator 16 over 9 with no house. Okay, some of you guys are putting a house and then it screws everything up. With no house, 16 over 9.
It's 16 over 9.
It's still 16 over 9. So that means that the 16 over 9 doesn't simplify, but we could still simplify the 16 and we could simplify the 9. Now, hopefully you guys have some of these memorized. Okay, what did we learn yesterday? What is the square root of 1? 1. What's the square root of 4? 2. Square root of 9? 3. Square root of 16? 4, right? They go 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other way to think of that is 1 times 1, what's 2 times 2, what's 3 times 3, 4 times 4. Now, if you don't like that way, that's okay. You could still do this with the 16, and this one I'm going to do the long way, but we could do this with the 16 and say 2, 8, 2, 4, 2, 2. Okay? Well, who can go? Two groups of 2s. Okay? And where would they go? Inside or outside?
Out.
Outside, right? So it would look like 2, 2, and an empty square root. Well, what would that 2, 2 give you? 4. Okay? And so a square root of 16 is 4. Okay? So that's how that happens. So the faster that you can memorize those first 4, remember? The faster you can memorize the first 4, your sheet will go by very fast. Okay? What's the square root of 9? 3. Okay? So we automatically know it's going to be 3. And so that gets rid of all of this. Okay? If you have it memorized, you don't need to do any of this. Okay? If you can memorize those first 4, you get to skip a lot of work. Okay? What's the square root of 1? 1. What's the square root of 4? 2. Okay? Square root of 3. Or 9. 9. That's 3. That's what I'm saying. Bring your butt to school, first of all. What's the square root of 9? 3. So without having to do the work, Oscar, if you get this memorized, okay, 9 is going to be 3, 3. So who can go? 3. Okay, so 3 would go like this. No house, which is just 3. Bring your butt to school. Now you got me reteaching. The whole class is waiting because you didn't want to come to school yesterday. They said you weren't even doing nothing. Yeah. Okay, number 3. What is 10 over 18? 10 over 18. What is 10 over 18? 5 over 9? Okay, so it's really going to be square root of 5 over square root of 9. What does the square root of 5 become? Square root of 5. Remember, if it's a 2, 3, 5, 7, we can't do nothing with it. So square root of 5 stays the square root of 5. What is the square root of 9? It's 3. Okay, square root of 9 is 3. Okay, if you don't remember them, then do this on your sheet on the very front. Say, square root of 1 equals 1. Square root of 4 equals 2. Square root of 9 equals 3. Square root of 16 equals 4. Okay? If you don't have them memorized, write yourself a note on your sheet. Okay? If you suck at the memorization, you could do it all the way up to 1 through 12 is really what you should have memorized. Okay? I'm going to be honest. All the square roots, 1 all the way to 12, you should have them memorized. Okay? However, I know that some of you guys do not. Okay, but it's very easy for you to make your own list. Okay, what would be the next one? What's 5 times 5? 25. The very next one would be square root of 25 equals 5. Okay, you could do the 6s, you could do the 7s. Okay, you can make your own list very easily. Okay, look at number 5. 2 over 32. 2 over 32. 1 over 16. Okay, so that becomes square root of 1 over square root of 16. Okay, what's the square root of 1? 1. What's the square root of 16? 4. Okay, some of you guys yesterday decided you were just going to write me an answer down. Not all of these you can do that. Some you can, some you cannot. Okay, you have to show some of your work on your sheet so I know that you know what you're talking about and you didn't just type it on the calculator. Alright. Look at number 7. Why is 7 different?
Because it has a 5 on the outside.
It has a 5 on the outside. Okay, so these you gotta need to do in steps. Okay, you're always gonna deal with the inside first. So 15 over 4. What does that simplify to? 15 over 4. It stays 15 over 4. Okay, so at this point, then we have to start dealing with the radicals first. We're always gonna do everything on the inside of the radicals first. So 15, if we were to make a tree for 15, what is the tree gonna look like? 3 and 5, so who can go? Nobody can go. So the 15 is really gonna stay at 15, okay? What about a 4? What's a 4 become? A 2, okay? So a 4 becomes a 2 with or without a house? Without a house. So now this 4 part is really going to become 5 square root of 15, and now we have a 2 on the bottom, okay? It's because the square root of 4 becomes a 2, okay? And now at that point, once you get the radical stuff done, then we check the outsides. Does 5 over 2 simplify? 5 over 2, does that simplify? And you would type it on your calculator. What is 5 and then over 2? What is 5 over 2? It's still 5 over 2. Okay, so this one is done. Okay, now these ones are kind of hard for me to explain because it depends on the problem. Okay, so this one is done. Look at number 9. 12 over 100. We're going to start with the inside pieces first. 12 over 100. Do it on your calculator. What is 12 over 100?
3 over 25.
3 over 25. So this thing is going to become 5 square root 3 over square root 25. Okay, and again, we're still dealing with the radicals. Square root of 3, what does square root of 3 become? 3. Becomes still square root of 3. Okay, 3 is still going to stay 3. Square root of 25 is just 5. Okay, now that we've fully dealt with the radicals, now we can fully deal with the outside numbers. What is 5 over 5? 1. Okay, 5 over 5 is 1. Therefore, it kind of just disappears or cancels or however you want to do it. Okay, and so we're just going to be left with the square root of 3. Okay, now, you could do it like this, 1, or you could do it like this, 1 over 1, square root of 3, or you could just say square root of 3. This is the most correct out of the 3 answer options. Okay, when I put 1s there, it doesn't change anything at all. Okay, so I could do it like that. You could even go another step and say like this. Okay, any of those and or all of those work. Okay, but a square root of 3 is just the most correct. Yes.
So if it's the same thing like there and there, it just like exits out.
It kind of, so what you would do, just like we did on this one, you would say check 5 over 2. If it simplifies, then we're going to write down the simplification form. So 5 over 5 simplified to 1.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So like all these options have a 1. You could do any of them, but it's just a square root of 3 is the best one.
All right.
Okay, look at number 11. Look at number 11. 2 over 50. 2 over 50. What does that simplify to?
1 over 25.
1 over 25. Okay, so for the radical part, I still got a 2 over 2. We're going to get square root 1, square root 25. What is a square root 1? Is 1. So this is really going to look like the 2 over 2 is still going to be there. The 1 I'm going to put on top also by the 2. And then I'm also, what's the square root of 25? The same. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I'll stall it there. You tell Uncle. Yeah. Mike didn't have it right now, too. No, you're good, and if not, if you even out there or something, shoot me back over it out for you. No worries. Okay. Hey, so I don't forget, everyone's coming to my success today. Pots has to leave for a little bit. Yeah, well, oh, my camera's on. My camera's on, so. Huh. Okay, square root of 1 becomes a 1. Square root of 25 is 5. What do you think that you do with those numbers? Multiply, just like we normally do. Okay, so 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, and then at that point we need to check, does that simplify? Angel, please stop.
1 5.
Okay, what does that come?
1 5.
1 5? Okay. Oh, sorry, Angel, I didn't know you were just trying to open something real quick. I thought you were like eating a I'm like, dude, I can't. You just have to wait, but if you need to open it, you can. Yeah, please. You know, if you eat chips and like, my husband got super bad and like one chip at a time. Just grab a bunch out and then like, dude, I can't. Oh god. Look at number 13. We're gonna start with the 20 over 5. 20 over 5. What is that? Type it on your calculator. What's 20 over 5? 9. 20 over 9. I'm so sorry.
Oh, just 20 over 9.
Yeah, it's 20
20 over 9.
20 over 9. Okay. So that part doesn't simplify. 20. What is 20? Is that one of the quick ones?
Oh, this.
It's not one of the quick ones.
2 5.
So, okay, so that means you're going to have to kind of do it off to the side. Okay? So you're going to get 2 10, 2 5.
It's 2 5.
Because you're trying to type it on the calculator. You're not supposed to be doing like.
Yeah, nothing on the calculator. Sure. Yes, I did.
Okay, so 2 5. So who can go?
1 group.
One group of 2s. Who can't go?
5.
5. Okay, so it's going to look like this on the top for the 20. On the bottom, we're going to have the 5, right? Are we all in agreement with the 5 on the bottom?
Yes.
Okay, what does the square root of 9 become?
3.
3. With or without a house?
Without.
Without. What do I need to do with that 5 3?
Multiply.
Multiply it. So it's really going to become what? 15. So it's going to be 2 square root 5, 15. Then what do I need to do?
3 simplify.
Yeah, we're going to simplify. So 2 over 15. Does that simplify or not?
No.
No? So then this is going to be your answer. Okay, 15 is going to be 2 over 25. 2 over 25. We're going to type that in. What is 2 over, or gosh, dang it. 2 over 50. 1 over 25, which is where I'm getting the 25. So it's going to be square root 1, square root 25. What's the square root of 1? 1 square root of 25. 5.
Now, question, whenever you just look back at like a question like it, you like the answer's right there. I just read that.
You can, but you still got like the 2 over 2. Kind
So some of
Did
these
we
are-
do-
I'll look at yours, because yours, I don't want to.
So I look at the.
Okay, can we pause? Because I don't want to answer your questions, A, because the camera's on, but B, because what I tell you doesn't necessarily apply to everyone else, because your math level is not the same. Does that make sense? So as soon as I'm done with these next 3, then I'll answer your questions. Okay, 17. What is 9 over 16? 9 over 16, does it simplify?
No. It stays 9. Right? Yeah.
I don't know. Did you type the 9 over 16 in?
Yeah.
You showed me a blank calculator.
Yeah.
It's still 916. Even if it did simplify though, I would leave it. Why would I leave it?
I'm not telling you to.
Okay, you guys can simplify the 16 and 9.
Yeah, so I could still simplify the 16 and 9 either way. Okay, so me personally, because it's a 9 and a 16, those are like one of the easy ones, right? So what's square root of 9? 3. What's square root of 16? Yeah, so like I would leave those either way. Okay, so even if they would simplify, like it's already in like those quick little numbers that hopefully you have memorized. Okay, so the 9 becomes a 3. We've got the 4 from the 4, from this 4. What does the 16 become? 4 also. So there's going to be another 4 from that one. Okay, so really look at it so you don't like get mixed up. Okay, what do you do with those 2 4s? Multiply. So 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, does 3 over 16 simplify?
Yeah. Wait, no. No.
No? 16. We're gonna type in what on the calculator first?
2 over 25.
2 over 25. What does that simplify to?
2 over 25.
2 over 25?
No, it'll be 2 over 5. No, it'll be,
2 over
it
25.
doesn't simplify.
It is 225.
Okay, so it's still gonna be
It's over
225. Okay, Angel, chill, because you're gonna mess everybody in this room up. I already know what you're doing. I know. Okay, okay, so 2 over 25 is still 2 over 25. The 2, what does the square root of 2 become?
2. Or 1. Wait. Huh?
2.
Square root of 2 becomes what?
No, it's just,
I don't
it's square root of 2. That's it.
It's square root of 2. That's it, okay? Because, again, what are our magic numbers?
2, 3.
2, 3, 5, 7. So just 2, and we can even do it by hand. What are factors of 2?
2 4.
Just 1 and 2, okay? It would just be 1 and 2. So who could go? No one could go. They would go back in the house. Okay, 2 does never simplify. 2, 3, 5, 7 is still 2. Shush. Okay, 25. What does 25 become? It becomes a 5 with no house. Okay, so the 5 from this one, and then we got a 5 from the 25. What do you do with those two 5s?
Multiply.
Multiply it. So it's really going to be what?
25.
Square root of 2 over 25. Last one, we got 3 over 4.
It's 3 over 2. What?
Okay, it's still 3 over 4. Hold on, so you're steps ahead. Okay, it's still 3 over 4, it does not simplify. What does the square root of 3 become?
3.
So it stays at 3, so square root of 3 stays square root of 3. What is the square root of 4?
2.
2 with no house. Okay. Okay, you guys have 11 to do. Go through and get yours done, and then you're done for today.